Peace. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Council of Christ, where the truth is unsealed and prophecy is revealed. The title of tonight's broadcast, as you can see, is titled, Nobody Can Prove That Christ Came 2,000 years ago. Once again, nobody can prove that Christ came 2,000 years ago. All right. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the family. Peace and blessings, y'all. Also, give a shout out to those that have been walking with us from week to week, and to those that might be new or tuning in for the first time. Welcome. All right. Welcome to the Council of Christ. This is where we unseal and bring you the reality of what's written in prophecy, so that you can understand the truth about God and Christ and the prophecy in the last days. Everything that's written in the Bible is connected to the last days. Now, everyone around the world knows that we're living in the last days, all right? So we can all relate there that these are the last days that we're living in. So the last days was not 2,000 years ago or thousands of years ago. The last days is where we see things taking place now. Now we live in the generation of the last days. So with that said, no one can prove that Christ came 2,000 years ago, because what's written in prophecy, if you pay attention, everything is written about what would play out in the last days. So you would need to really do some heavy consideration to what time we're in, because it's written that they would think to change times and laws. All right, so they would make you think that the time that we're in is not relevant or connected to the time that the prophecy is written about. So they would somehow they've changed the idea of what time we're in by giving you stories or giving you their narrative of the story that's written in the Bible, right? And giving you time frames that are not written in prophecy. So they all gave this time frame to the world according to what's written in prophecy, and they made you think that this was thousands of years ago, when really everything that's written in this book and this prophecy is about what's playing out today. That includes the coming or the resurrection or the revealing of Christ. Okay? Because Christ would be a regular man in the earth that would be risen up or chosen by God to establish a spiritual order and relevancy in the earth, ushering in the kingdom of God in the earth, ushering in the order of God, judgment and justice, all in one. All right, so this would be a man chosen in the earth to carry out the affairs of God in the earth. And he would be the only one to possess and hold the Spirit of God. So this eliminates all confusion from everyone speaking, saying they know God or they know the truth or whatever. This eliminates all confusion, because God is not a God of confusion, if we just look to the one that God has chosen. But see, because the devil has deceived the whole world, making you think that Christ already came, you see, telling you that story, none of you can witness that. You've only been fed that story. Right? One second here, y'all. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, we should have probably... All right. So yeah, as I was saying, once again, nobody can prove. Everyone is talking about what they haven't seen. Okay, So talking about a Christ that came thousands of years ago and things of that sort, that's all silly because nobody was able to witness that. But once again, the higher ups have given you the narrative of the story that everything concerning prophecy and Christ happened a long time ago. When actually, in fact, we can go through all the scriptures showing you that the prophecy was significant to the last days that we're in. Okay, so Christ is to be risen up in the last days, and he was to have witnesses testifying of him in the last days. But you got to get out of your mind the deception of some aliens and things of that sort coming out the sky and flying out the sky, because no one has ever seen these things take place in history. That's all part of the imagination and the narrative of the story that they gave you to keep you from recognizing the reality of the prophecy of a real Christ or a real man walking the earth. That's it. So Christ is just a chosen vessel in the earth that's chosen to bring the knowledge of God in the earth. That's what we're dealing with here. All right. And so nobody can prove that he came thousands of years ago because you didn't see any of this. So it's all to be witnessed by his witnesses in the last days that testify of the Spirit of God in this man. All right, and it wouldn't be by the signs of magic tricks, if you know that it's written that this wicked generation shall not receive any signs, but it would be by the Spirit, and by out of the abundance of the heart the mouth would speak. And so we would be able to tell, or at least the witnesses would be able to tell, that the Son of God or the Christ, a regular man, is the one that God has chosen by the words and the way that he would speak. All right, we would be able to testify of the wisdom of God coming out of his mouth. So that is the only sign that we would get, and that's why you have witnesses that are risen up with Christ in the last days to testify of him, because many would not believe that he would be a regular man walking the earth. Everyone will be looking in the sky, waiting for something to happen out the sky, when that's not a part of the reality of the prophecy. So you need witnesses in the earth to bring you into the reality of the prophecy and testify of the real Christ in the earth, which is today. So with that said, I yield the mic, and we've opened up the discussion now.
We do have a TikTok up. But they say it's a double voice. I don't know. I know sometimes we got two platforms running, y'all. We got the TikTok and we got the YouTube going. I think one of the main things we need to understand is the testimonies must come from the eyewitnesses. Main things we need to understand is the testimonies must come from the eyewitnesses. Yeah, I don't know. They got to record it back. So yeah, the testimony must come from the eyewitnesses, y'all. But right now we are receiving testimony. So yeah, the testimony must come from the eyewitnesses, y'all. But right now we are receiving testimonies.
Let me figure this out, King.
Do you hear that? Like after I speak, it come back in like 30 seconds. I mean, about 15 seconds later. Do you hear that? Like after I speak, it come back in like 30 seconds. I mean, about 15 seconds later.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah,
so
it's an echo.
So is your mic turned down on your phone?
Now you on mute some more.
Oh. Is your mic turned down on all your devices, or the volume, the video?
Yeah, it was turned down on YouTube, not TikTok. I mean, it was turned down on TikTok, not on YouTube. So
okay, it's YouTube then.
So that's better.
Turn it down on YouTube, King.
Yeah, it's turned down, but I still got an echo. Yeah, it's turned down, but I still got an echo.
Damn, I'm not really sure. Let's see here.
Yeah, I know every time we try to do this, it do kind of give us a little problems. Trying to have the TikTok and YouTube, but give us a little problems. Trying to have the TikTok and YouTube, but
here, let me exit out of this. what about stamps and AI?
I don't know, y'all say something.
Mic check.
Yeah, it got echo too.
Okay, let me see here. Let me do this.
You don't really have the echo though.
All right, what about now?
That's better. Well, no, it still got the echo. It's much faster.
It's still there?
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Yeah.
But I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear anything.
You hear mic check, mic check. You hear mic check, mic check.
Okay.
It's like a little echo coming.
Thanks. Sometimes this is sometimes I got this and then sometimes I don't. I don't know what I don't know what it is. Let me try getting off
Mic
this.
check.
All right, is it still
I
there?
think, like Stamp said, that's probably why we stopped doing it, because we could never. It was giving us a little problem.
Still there?
Mic check, mic check. Yep.
Yeah, the echo coming through yours.
Through my end. Oh, you know what? I think one of my things is gonna have to be muted, and they're gonna have to hear me through Zamar. So if I mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. See, I don't have echo then. Yeah, so one of my platforms have to be muted. I guess TikTok, because TikTok can still hear me as long as Zamar is not muted.
Right.
Zamar, you know, you're gonna have to stay unmuted on all platforms.
Okay.
But we're gonna have to keep one platform muted.
So which one did you mute, Ken?
TikTok.
Okay.
All right, I'm coming back on.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I still hear echo though. I don't know. You got your volume turned all the way down and your TikTok muted.
Turn
Yeah,
the
all right.
volume
Yeah, all right. You got your TikTok muted.
down.
Say mic check.
Mic check.
That's good.
I think we good now.
Now Stamps, you say mic check. Now you gotta have your devices turned down and make sure you gotta keep your TikTok muted. All right, mic check.
Mic check.
Check.
Good. I think we good.
All right. So it was always on TikTok, just muting that, right?
Yeah, muting TikTok.
Okay. So what the heck is this? I still hear it. Still hear an echo. Let me see.
Yeah, echo. Yeah, you do got an echo. You got one. Well, maybe. Okay, now I 10-4. Yeah, still. But I don't know. We might have to.
Nah, we did this.
I
We
don't
did
know.
it.
I guess we might
We
have to
did.
shut the YouTube
But we did
and
it
keep it
before
on the.
though.
But I think it was messing up. I think that's why we had stopped. I think we know sometimes we had it right for a little while, but then it went right back to echoing.
All right. There's no echo now. There's no echo now.
Yeah, because everybody muted on TikTok though. TikTok is all muted.
Oh man.
So yeah, so nobody's hearing the TikTok.
All right. I know.
But you know, like I said, we'll just keep it in the TikTok. Like I said, I was just trying to keep the wave going on the YouTube, but
Let's see.
Because the only way we'll do this everybody got to be muted. You could be open, but you can't talk. In order for people to hear on tomorrow, I have to open up take my mute off. And people gonna have to hear you through everybody got to hear the TikTok through the YouTube.
All right, let me try this now. Still an echo? Oh, wait. Okay. Let me see. I think I can do it now. All right, say something, King.
No, I'm good. It's gonna be you because you got to have your TikTok unmuted.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, all right, what about now?
Y'all bear with us. Y'all bear with us. Now say something.
Check.
Yeah, still echo. Yeah, the only way to work, I have to have mine muted. And like I said, the only way people hear us, they got to hear us through the YouTube. So when I'm talking or somebody else talking, you can have your TikTok unmuted.
Okay.
But if you start talking, you're gonna have to mute up, and I'm gonna have to unmute.
Okay.
So like I say, it'll just be a lot of playing with the mute button. So
all right, we can try it.
I just think we might have to just stick with the TikTok.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to try it. You want to try the muting and?
Nah, like I said, it'll be a lot of back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of back and forth.
All right. I'll shut down the
So
YouTube.
everybody on the YouTube. So everybody on the YouTube, y'all come to the TikTok.
We tried,
y'all. We tried.
All right. Shutting this down.
All right, y'all.